Yeah, in the garage. Don't show me. Okay. I do need to do the Discord post. And boom, done. And oh, I should have set up the text-to-speech bot ahead of time. Oops. Oh well. Right, Nogurt? Alright, let's go to the garage, Nova. But I need my tablet so I can actually read chat. Let's see how much battery life the tablet has. I really have no idea. Wow. And tablet. Alright, dog. Let's go. Oh, I should turn this off. I don't need this on. Yeah, so this is part 2. Part 1 has an edit, so it's not going to be live for probably another, I'm hoping later today. But for now, part 2 is what you guys got. Part 1 was the disassembly of all 40. It was like 42, 44 mice, something like that. And I started sanding them yesterday. I think I got maybe about halfway through. And I was not live streaming that because... largely because I wanted to wear... breathing protection. Alright, let's see how this setup looks. Yeah, that's like the same framing as before. Oh, oops-a-daisy. Yeah, that's like the same framing as before. Alright, and I gotta bring up chat on my tablet here. I feel like I'm getting better at live streaming. Like, I'm a little bit less flustered when things aren't going super smoothly. Like, a little bit of setup time here. That's okay. What I wish I could do is timestamp. If there was, like, AI for timestamps, that would be great. Yeah, unfortunately, this tablet is, like, a cheap $60 Chinese thing from Amazon. And it is abysmally slow. Like, I just tapped my channel there, and... oh, okay, that one actually loaded pretty quickly. Okay, cool. We got chat up. Hey, man, says Marvin. Hey, welcome back, Marvin. Good to see ya. Yeah, so thank you for the heads up. Part 1 is in a... has a small edit being done to it. So... alright, I want to see here if I can actually fit my respirator and my... how is the framing, by the way, when I stand here? Do I need to pivot? Yeah, you guys don't need to see the front of my garage as much. I'm mostly going to be standing on this side, so... is my head cut off up here? Like, top of the garage? Oh, my head is cut off a little bit. Let's turn this up. Yeah, the camera's going to be pointed, like, this way, by the way, if you walk by. Oh, is Nova going to join? You can't army crawl out of here, Nogurt. Also, I don't know if breathing in all the microplastics is good for you. Like, it's probably... like, it's probably fine in all honesty. Dogs are pretty large animals and they don't have an incredibly long lifespan for their size. That's apparently why, like, dogs do well in, like, the Chernobyl and other... yeah, hi, pup! Hi, pup! You're in the garage! Yeah! Yeah, Mommy let you in here! She didn't know that the garage door was partially open, but I don't think you can get out. Do you have any interest in getting out? I don't think you do. Okay, that's good. Anyway, yes, part 1 is in a small edit phase. YouTube's processing the edit. I'm hoping it'll be done in, like, some hours. We'll see. I don't know. It's like a 5-hour stream from yesterday, though, so might take a long time. Okay, I have no idea how this sounds. It is going to be incredibly muffled, but I am sorry. This is what you guys are going to have to live with.
because I'm gonna be doing a lot of sanding. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to put my safety glasses on. No, not really. I think I'll be okay though. So, why don't we get started? Is my tablet seriously about to go to sleep, even though I have a video playing? Okay. So, my process has been so far is I'll take a mouse, Glorious Series 1 Pro. How's like the focus? Okay, the lighting's not great, so I have to kind of hold it back, angle it up. Oh, I forgot the sticker on this one, but that's fine. Glorious Series 1 Pro. The process has been, I got my precision scale down here. By the way, if anyone in chat can let me know how the audio is. Like I'm really sorry, but I kind of have to do this. I even said in yesterday's stream that like this is not going to be ideal because I need to wear the respirator and I'm doing this much. But the process has been, I take a picture of the weight before. She's doing okay. I'm gonna get started here pretty soon. I don't know if the graphics are great for her. Okay. So anyway, I take a picture of the before weight. Wow, if it focuses, huh? There you go. So yeah, I do a picture of the before weight, and then I'll sand it down, and then I'll do an after weight. I am doing an 80 grit sandpaper. It's the only belt I have. I have more belts arriving from Amazon today. I don't know what time, but for the finer grit sandpapers, I have my orbital sander. Is that in frame? Yep, I know, hun. I know, yep. And then, yeah, does anyone in chat, can anyone tell me how the audio is? I really hope my mic is coming through. Okay, the audio I guess sounds okay. I just barely watched some of it. Anywho, okay. Alright. So I'll be doing the orbital sander for the finer grits until my Amazon delivery arrives. And I wonder if that's the driver, because Nova's barking at something. Probably not. I don't think they're going to be that early. How ridiculous does this look? I really am curious. Oh, okay. I gotta get the music going back again. Yeah, it does look pretty ridiculous. It is arriving today, but does not say out for delivery, so we'll see. Yeah, so, sorry, here's the mice that I've done so far. And I've only done one pass with the 80. So, like, here's an SC900. So the plan is to then do maybe 2 more rounds of fine grit. So this is actually going to be a pretty time-consuming process. But if that's what it takes, so be it. Okay, camera. Alright, here we go. And I have left the PCB on all of these, and that has actually been quite helpful for gripping it. So yeah, it takes a fair bit of time. I noticed it's about 2 or 3 minutes of sanding on the 80 grit. And the trick is to apply really even pressure, and I try to go in a somewhat of a random pattern so I don't have a bunch of streaks. Also, I don't want this to get sucked up. Let's see, I'll just try to be careful here, I guess. On the previous live stream, I tucked in my shirt. As goofy as that looks, as silly as that looks, probably the right play. It's actually quite hard to breathe and talk in this thing at the same time. I noticed I run out of breath. The biggest challenge is heat management. It is heat management. If you press down on one spot for too long, it gets really hot and really melty. I usually start out by going kind of even all over. And I will inspect pretty frequently. And I'm looking for high and low spots. So here, for example, these two spots haven't gotten a lot of contact. Those are high spots. Or low spots, I don't know, whatever. So I need to press down more there. And the belt is spinning away from me, is the direction of travel, away from me. So I always try to have a hand kind of ready to catch this, because it'll fling it off. Now, I don't know if I even have to talk so loud. If I talk more quietly, I don't know if that's still understandable. Alright. Yeah, this is progressing pretty well. Yeah, keeping the PCB in, that means you gotta clean the PCB of all the dust, but boy is it so much easier to get a smooth, consistent finish, because otherwise you're pressing down. Like if I didn't have the PCB in this, I'd be pressing down on the scroll wheel fork and the battery holder here. And what happens with that is then you're putting a lot of pressure in just a small little area, and you'll start wearing through on the other side exactly where you're pressing. By keeping the PCB in, it allows you to really press down evenly across the entire mouse shell. Yeah, this is the glorious... I guess I can try to talk about each mouse as I'm doing it a little bit. If people have questions on how to do this, then they can go back to this part of the video, or they can ask a question in chat. But the Glorious Series 1 Pro, people regarded it as like the most close to Viper Mini state for a while, and that's not totally inaccurate. You know, this came out, I want to say, like 2023, through the Glorious Forge program, which was kind of like, I think, like, you know how keyboards do a group buy? I think Glorious is doing it because maybe they weren't entirely sure if this like super duper lightweight premium price thing was going to really take off, which it has. So they did the Glorious Forge program. They had the Model D Pro, the Model O Pro, and the Series 1 Pro. And the Series 1 Pro was the only one that was an original shape. The Model O and Model D were copycats of their existing mice, but totally cell redesign. Same exterior shape, but a total cell redesign. I probably look goofy as heck, like pivoting around this, but it's kind of necessary. Otherwise you end up with like a bunch of freaking lines. Yeah, I want to say the Series 1 Pro, I want to say, was it advertised at like Was it advertised below 50 grams? I don't remember. 52 grams, 54 grams? It was competitive. It came with some really nice colorways too. This is the Centauri colorway, which is red and gray. Making progress. Not totally done. A little bit more. I'm going a little bit slower on this one. I haven't pressed down nearly as hard as I was yesterday night when I was going through these. My heat buildup has been much more even, which is good. I don't have any melty spots. Yeah, the Series 1 Pro, you know, Glorious, people complain about their quality. I personally haven't had a ton of quality issues with them. It's mainly twitch grinding. A little bit more, mostly on the back it looks like. It's mainly switch grinding that they have issues with. They use a customized Kale GM 8.0 with a golden colored dot, and they're actually one of my favorite mechanical switches. When I say one of my favorite, I mean like probably like 1 of 10. It would be in my top 10, I guess. I don't think it'd be in my top 3. It's basically a slightly lighter Kale GM 8.0. So they're still fairly loud. A little bit less loud than the normal GM 8.0 black dot. A little bit, it still retains the same flexibility, but it's a little bit less spring force. Alright, I think that's far enough. And then here, I'm going to clean off my belt. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is kind of satisfying. Yeah. So this is just my air compressor. Sorry, gotta get the camera set up so it doesn't wobble away. There we go. I'll just blow this out gently. I really don't know if you really shoot a jet of compressor, if it really messes up any of the switches or the sensors. I really don't find out. Once it's cleaned off, I'll show you guys the base here. Neon Thunder, what's up Beijing? Wow, audio cooked. Yeah, can you be more specific? Is it because of the respirator? Or is it because of the sander? Because what I could do, I'm not gonna take off the respirator, I'm sorry guys. I could maybe go get an N95, but I don't know if it would be all that much better. So we were at 18 grams before. We probably reduced by a gram and a half. Yeah, we're at 16.74 now. Okay, thanks Lauren. Alright, so we just gotta do before and after pictures, but there's one done. Yeah, it's alright. Health is above some audio. I think it's the respirator, but it's not too bad. Okay, if you guys just want a comparison point,
here it is. Here it is without the respirator, talking at the same audio level. So I'm talking kind of elevated. What I can do, if you guys want, just let me know how to make it better if you have any ideas. I could go upstairs, I could crank up the lo-fi audio and just barely talk. And then here's me talking with the sander going. The sander's going too, which also kind of cooks that I noticed. Alright, that's with the sander going. We'll turn off the sander. And now I'll do respirator and sander here in a moment. Yeah, I bought a good quality respirator because I knew if it was like uncomfortable I would never use it. This one's actually super comfy. I love this respirator. It's a 3M respirator. It wasn't cheap. Honestly, it was like $40 or something. Alright, and then here's me talking with the sander on. It gets a bit resonant in the respirator, but it's not bad. Yeah, okay.
So my thought is I could just go through and talk about each mouse as I'm sanding it. So the next one is the INX, the Infiq INX. This is a really underrated mouse. It's really good. I can talk about each mouse as I'm sanding it. Oh, this one has a magnet. You guys are gonna get to see some sparks. So what happens is, I put a magnet right here, okay? And what happens is, underneath the belt, it's a steel platform, so the magnet, like, sticks itself down, so I get a lot of wear in that spot. And you're gonna get some sparks. That's okay. I don't care if I oversand this little cross bridge where the magnet is, because I actually want to cut that away anyway. But we'll get to see some sparks, which is fun. So this one is starting out at... Some Game VoIPs are still worse quality. Yeah, I know. I watched a little bit of a previous sanding live stream just to get an idea of what you guys are having to deal with. And yeah, it's like better than a phone call quality, but yeah, not much I can do about it. Oh, I do need to turn on my fan though. I have a fan behind me that is the fan. So that'll just blow all the particulate away from me forward. And 18.47 on this before sanding. So let's get to sanding. We got enough microplastics as it is. Good idea, the sensor area was the least sander when I did it. Yeah, you gotta be, yeah, having a PCB in really helps. I'm glad I left the PCB in all of these. It does, I did send one off. It was the Deluxe N800 Ultra, but it landed like perfectly on its bottom, so nothing broke. But I do have to be careful. But you just have a lot more to grip on with the PCB there. It allows it to be much more even. Alright. Here we go. The Infiq INX. I bought this, I think I bought this for around $40 before cashback. I want to say it's probably $30-ish after cashback and everything. And for that, if you can get it for that, this is a pretty solid mouse. It's kind of like an elongated, skinny Final Mouse medium. With a little bit of a hump too. Infiq did a pretty good job with it. It's not like, it's advertised I think as like a 39-gram mouse. So it's not built nearly as well as, I think like the MCHO's L7 is a really good example of like a sub 40-gram mouse that's still built really well by a Chinese company. This one, it's like fine. It's definitely not as bad as a DRU A950 Wing, but it could be better. It kind of has a bit of a goofy aesthetic to it too. They have like some Call of Duty Gundam style looking things all over it. It comes in black and white. The black is a bit more minimalist, because it's just like a black with gray text, or a gray with black text. But we need more gray mice. Like, that's something that's underrated. People always make black mice, but I think gray mice go better with a lot of things. You know? Especially like black mouse on a black mouse pad is so boring. But gray mouse on a black mouse pad, you can still see it a little bit. The reason I'm walking around is try to get a kind of a random pattern. This one might be done. I could go more because the sensor skate ring I can still see. So if I go any more at this point, it's not for the skates, it's for the... At this point, it's for the, for weight savings. Should I keep going? I'm tempted to, but you can see, let me know chat if I should keep going. You can see the random pattern that I try to achieve. If I just left it in one orientation, you end up with a bunch of lines. Yeah, I'll keep going a little bit more on this one. Try to get some more weight out of it. Oh, It is feeling decently thin, but we'll go more. But I was saying earlier, seat management during this is really, really important. I can show you what too much heat looks like. It just makes the plastic look kind of melty. Did the music start? Or I just can't hear anything when I'm doing this. I actually think I'm gonna stop there. It's getting pretty thin. I'll stop there. So you guys can watch this part. This part's fun. If I blow this off here. I always find this part satisfying. It's a simple thing sometimes. Yeah, I wonder if I should go boost up the lo-fi audio so you guys hear more of that and less of this crap. I just want to make sure I do a good job getting everything out of it. So we were at 18. We were at 18.47 grams before, and now we're at 17.9. Only a half a gram reduction, but that's okay. I don't want to go too thin on the IMX because it's already a pretty thin mouse. Next mouse is the Razer Viper V2 Pro. This one I've already mutilated. But why don't we take a look at this one? 20.85 grams. Alright, time for you guys to no longer hear me. The Viper V2 Pro is still a very good mouse. Wow, this white plastic is coming off in chunks, dude. It is really... Yeah, this is like a kind of a soft plastic. Yeah, this is a Nordic 52840. Yeah, I'll keep going. I really don't need to be doing this one, but... What's one more mouse and I'm already doing like 40 of them. Not an exaggeration, I think when we counted them it was 42 or 44, something like that. That's funny, the sander really wants to fling everything away from me because that's the direction of the belt. So I gotta always keep like a hand behind it to stop it from doing that. I think we're almost there. I've almost gotten the sensor ring. Almost gotten down to the sensor ring. Let me know, guys, do you want me to boost up the lo-fi so that you don't have to hear as much of my crap? I have no problem doing that. I'm not insulted. A little bit more. It's so thin. That's funny. All the little microplastics that are all over my hand, they actually make it kind of hard to grip. They're like a little fine powder. Alright, that one's done. Yeah. I blow off the... Oh, you guys want to see... Is this going to be satisfying? Maybe not. I like blowing off the sander every so often because it kind of builds up. I only have the one belt and I think it's pretty worn. So by blasting it off, it makes it kind of stay sharp, if that makes sense. So yeah, the Viper V2 Pro is still an underrated mouse. Like, you can get them on eBay used for like $30, $40. That's like a decent shape, it's a decent weight, good battery life, you get Razer software suite. I don't know what that was. Yeah. Pretty small PCB, proven performance, optical switches. They don't feel the best, but yeah, if you kind of like that flatter, like, Zowie F-tape shape, you'll like it. I personally always have aimed well with the Viper V2. I have the most time out of any mouse, either on a G700 from back when I was a degenerate in high school, playing like hundreds of hours of combat arms. We reduced by about, by the way guys, we reduced by, wow, almost an entire gram? Bro, and I already mutilated this PCB, that's crazy. This is one of the thicker PCBs then. And the other mouse I have a ton of time on is the Viper Ultimate. I had two of them. I haven't spent like darn near full price on one of them. Next up is the Corsair M75 Air. This one, again, I've already cut up, so it's not going to be so much about weight savings. Just this one's like already modded, so it's like, why not do a little bit more. And this is one I've already sanded. We're starting out at 21 grams. This is another one that would have been really hard to hold on to without the PCB there. And this plastic that Corsair is using, it's like really brittle. It's like an acrylic almost. They're using a Nordic 52840 MCU also. PPC Gold Dust Proof optical switches, which are, they feel good, but they're like really hollow sounding. So I'm not a, I like them in this mouse, but I don't like them in a lot of other mice. Like, is it the, does the Turtle Beach newer mice use these, or do they use, I think they use a Kale switch that feels like crap. Anyway, the new TGC V2 opticals that are in like the ROM ER21, really good. Really happy with those. I'm glad to hear that the Leviathan V4 is using those again. Yeah, we gotta keep going. When I sanded it before, I was not very even with it. So I'm trying to even things out right now. Oh, that might have been too much heat. I kind of pressed down too hard there. Again, heat management is like, I have to, if you press down in one spot for too long, you will cook it. And it'll get all melty. Nobody's saying anything in chat. I hope. I guess I'll just keep talking then. Sometimes my finger drags on the sandpaper and it doesn't hurt or anything. What sucks is like if it touches your nail, it'll like move your hand away. So the one time I dropped the Deluxe M800 Ultra, that was because my fingernail got it and flung my hand off. And I'm moving again in random patterns to try to not get streaks all over the mouse. I want this to be even and consistent because we're going to go up in grit a couple times. And I don't want to be making big valley grooves. A little bit more. We still got to go more. Still got to go more. Man, 8 people you guys are watching. You guys are crazy. Again, let me know if you want me to boost up the lo-fi audio so that you don't have to listen to my respirator voice as much. Like, I can't hear a damn thing when I got my, like, the mic set up right now, so. Almost there. A little bit more in the middle and a little bit more on the back. Because the front is what I sanded before, so that part is already like pretty worn down. That's why I've been focusing holding on the back of the mouse here, by the dongle storage. That's looking pretty good. Oh wow, we achieved a little bit translucent. Nobody's saying anything in chat. I hope the stream's okay. A little bit of translucence on this one, on the back portion. I'll show that to you guys in a moment. Dust-proof switches are not so dust-proof. I got some in there. Oh, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. It's going to be really hard to see. Well, first of all, there's the translucence. Nice. But the dust-proof switch. Can you see the white specks kind of on the right lower portion by the black? Yeah. So that's some of the grayish white dust that's gotten into it. My dog's out here now. Hi, dog. Watch, this is just me live ruining 40 mice with dust particles. Maybe I'm an actual idiot. I've noticed the sensor is like really easy to clean out. I mean, it's sealed pretty good in there. Hi, dog. You silly dog. Hi, doggy. Hi. Hi. What, do I look kind of funny? Do I look kind of funny? Yeah, I do. I do. I have all this stuff on my face and you don't like it. But you can still hear me, sort of. Yeah. Hi, girl. Oh, good sketch. Alright, we were at 21 grams before. Now we're at 20 grams. Wow. Cool. Next mouse up is the Valkyrie VKM3, coming in at 16.441 grams. There we go. This is another pretty optimized PCB. This is a mouse that, like, there's been some traction behind it on Reddit. I think some people have discovered it. Because it's basically a smaller U2. I don't know how the size compares to the ATK U2 Mini. It's like a solid mouse. There's a lot of variants that start pretty cheap if you're okay with a lesser sensor. Like, I think you can get them as cheap as $20. Probably sub $20 after coupons and cashback for like a 3311 version. For the 3395, I still think are reasonable. I want to say they're starting around $30, which is again pretty impressive. And it's a lightweight, small mouse. Build quality's like fine if I recall. The shape just wasn't for me. I do remember the surface finishing. There was no coating to mine. I did not get the tippy tops here. I got like one down. I don't know. I saw it on an optical from this, but it's a PixArt 2867 MCU. And, oh, I have a 3950 version. No, 3395, my bad. I did not see the first three. So it's like a totally viable mouse, but people just don't really know about it, because it's kind of like the only mouse from the brand that is, I don't know. They have a rebadge of the Deluxe M500, and I think they have one more rebadge that I can't think of right now. You can tell they have support for another MCU though, because there's a solder path for one, but nothing there. Yeah, really got to keep two hands on this. It really wants to send it. So Valkyrie, you guys can check this one. This might be one worth picking up if you want to try a U2 mini shape without spending ATK U2 money. The AliExpress 1111 sale is coming up. This and that and the summer sale are the two biggest sales of the year. The 1111 is probably the biggest, but also I know for the US there's like new tariffs that are coming effective November 1st. So I don't know. I haven't had to pay any tariffs. I think they do something kind of under the radar somehow. I don't know. That's starting to look pretty good. Wow. Starting to get some translucence too. Nice. We'll keep going. I don't love this shape, so I don't feel super attached to this mouse. The U2 shape, it just forces you into much of a relaxed grip for me. And people don't realize it, but it's not a symmetrical shape. The thumb groove on the right side with pretty much every U2 variant I've tried is way more than on the left side, it's way more than on the right side. Wow, yeah, I can tell my sandpaper is wearing out because it's not a little bit more on the sensor ring. Yeah, it's just not as abrasive as it used to be. I'm really trying to just press down on the sensor portion right now, but it's hard to keep two hands in contact with it. Again, the plastic powder makes things really slippery to grip. Okay, I think we're pretty good there, and that's pretty thin too. Alright, I like showing this because this part's satisfying. You guys can see me blow off the sander. Oh, I was still zoomed in. I'm terribly sorry. Wow. Cool. Well, I don't even know what that camera angle was then. Oh, that might have been zoomed in right on the sander, possibly. I don't know how that camera angle was. I could check the live stream. Wow, I was zoomed in right on the sander. That looked like purposeful. Wow. I think we weight reduced this one a lot. We might have gotten 2 grams out of this one. Dude, I'm getting plastic dust all over my convertible. So, we were at 16.4 before, and now we are at 15.2. Okay, only 1.2 reduction. Still not bad on a small mouse, and now we can get bigger skates on it. Next mouse up is the good. This is one I want bigger skates on. The MotoSpeed X6, kind of like an elongated Sora. It's like if you want a larger Sora, this is a good mouse. They used to be really cheap. Like I feel like a lot of Dharma Shark MotoSpeed stuff when they first come, we're going at 16 grams right now to start. A lot of MotoSpeed Dharma Shark stuff. Oh, and I got a magnet on the back, so again, we might see some sparks. I might want to pop that off. We'll see. If I start wearing it too thin, again, the magnet, this is a metal sander, so the magnet right on the butt here ends up like pressing firmly in, and I wear away that spot too quickly. Yeah, the X6, it's not that cheap anymore, but like MotoSpeed and Dharma Shark stuff, when they first come to AliExpress, they're actually really cheap for whatever reason. I think MotoSpeed and Dharma Shark just has a pretty decently sized presence in China. They've kind of been around for a long time. I don't think we're going to get too much weight out of this base because it's already pretty cut up, pretty honeycombed. But yeah, it's like a good, kind of larger Sora shape. I really don't have much problem recommending this one. It's just that they're kind of expensive now. I want to say they're like $60, $70. And it's not at all worth that. No, no, no. Did you guys actually like that zoomed in angle? Because I could do that again. I want to say this mouse comes in at like 46, 47 grams, so it's pretty competitive. It has good components too. It has some PCB reinforcement for the sidewalls too. The right side has like a little ridge for your ring finger, which I rather like. I actually like this mouse quite a bit, like more than I'd care to admit. My beef with it is that it's white. I want a special color. But I'm on optical swap line, and they feel pretty good. For whatever reason, MotoSpeed Dharma Shark mics with I'm on optical generally feel pretty good. So, for a little moment there, I was pressing in a little bit more firmly, so then I gotta let it cool off a little bit. Still, nobody has said anything in chat. I'm surprised. Chat's not broken or something, right? I didn't mess something up. Because I'm still offering guys to go upstairs and change the music to be louder. Oh, that one, I might have taken too much off there. Like a top-down camera view, I think you guys would be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. But okay, I think we're getting pretty thin on this, yeah. A little bit of translucence, let's keep going. Why not? Okay, I think we're getting kind of thin here. It's a pretty optimized PCB, it's pretty small. Realtek RTL MCU 3395. There might be a 3950 variant, but like why? Oh bummer, I guess I should have gone actually a little bit more on the front. And on the back. Son of a gun? How thin is this? That's pretty thin though. Alright, I'll go a little bit more. Again, this is the Motospeed X6. Think elongated Sora. Kinda like a Sora V1. I want to say a little bit bigger than a Sora V1. I think I did it. Cool. Alright. So we were at We were at 16 grams before, and now we are at, wow, 14.8. That's surprising given how much honeycomb is in this house. We took out a lot. Next mouse up is the Zaopin Z1. The fun little egg shape feels just like an Orochi. There's like some very, very subtle differences with Orochi, but if you like the Orochi, easy Zaopin Z1 upgrade path. We're at 18.5 to start. And we'll zoom in again. I don't know if you guys like that camera angle. I don't know. I could try, you know what? I could try a slightly different camera angle. Hi, doggy. Hey, Lauren. Could you hand me the wood clamp that's on the table? I just don't want to get plastics in the house. Thank you, hon. Bye, dog. Okay. See if I can get you guys a better camera angle. That's not a better camera angle. What are you doing, Flyers? Okay. My head cut off here. My head's about the height of that. Check that. Oops. Hello. Oh yeah, you guys can see me fully standing up. Okay. I could even go a little bit lower if I wanted. Yeah. I kind of want to keep the sander in the center though, in case I want to zoom in though. Okay, and if I zoom in, let's see. That might be a better shot. I don't know. We'll try it. We'll try it. Okay, Zaopin Z1. No dust-proof encoder on this, just a normal TTC Gold. Again, starting out at... What are we starting out at? Starting out at 18.4 grams. Wow, this is like really grippy. This is like really gripping onto the sandpaper. Yeah. Well, the flat base achieved already, but I'm gonna keep going. The Zaopin V1 has been out for a long time, but it has Kizogo proven performance, 3395. I think the weight's pretty competitive. It is a small mouse. I don't remember what the stock battery is, but usually small mice do benefit a lot from smaller batteries because they'll just make it feel a lot less dense. I think there were options for like 500 milliamp hour and 300 milliamp hour, something like that. But it comes in a whole bunch of really fun colors too, and nobody else has cloned it. Like, it's an Orochi clone basically. Like, why aren't there more? You know? We have the Sandtech Aria as another egg shape, and then the Taxarch G3 and Emco G3 if you want a G305 clone, but like, where's the Orochi love, you know? The Aria is kind of like a larger Orochi. You know, the G305 is kind of like a flatter kind of egg, whereas the Orochi, Z1, and Aria are more like a ball-like, egg shape. Okay, I think we'll stop there. It's feeling pretty flexy. I'm so surprised nobody has said anything in chat. We have more viewership than I thought at 7. I thought this would be more like a 3-4 person stream. But, yeah, I really have no idea if you guys are liking what you're seeing. Oh. 11/11 is just another day. Oh, wait a second. Oh, suddenly my chat updated. Neon Thunder's still here. What's up, dude? Okay, I guess my super slow tablet just like doesn't like to load the chat messages or something. Crazy. Huh. Okay, that's so weird. I'm sorry guys, I hadn't seen these messages. 11/11 is just another day. I think I wanted to buy a lot of stuff. I've already bought all the mouse I wanted. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. We do know that Lamzu, I mean, not that they sell it at AliExpress a whole lot, but Lamzu does have stuff that was teased at that Japanese trade show. So, T-Evolution Joel, who's going to be on this week's Mousecast, he went to Japan. Okay. We went down about a gram on the Zaopin. A little bit more, about 1.1 grams. Not bad on a small mouse that already has a cut-up base. Next mouse is Endgame Gear XM2 Wii. I love the shape, I hate the switches. Man, if there's a click feel you don't like, it just can really ruin a mouse. I would really like to see a real XM2 straight up clone. I know people are like, oh, it's the Atlantis. Not really. Not really. XM2 is a better shape still. Yeah, this is the XM2V, which is the 3370 version. So it's an older sensor, quote unquote, but still very capable. Again, Fuso Gold proven performance. The weight's not the best, and there's not a ton of weight savings potential, I don't think. They do a few things interesting too. Their middle mouse micro switch is oriented in a way I've never seen on any other mouse. It's like behind the scroll wheel instead of being to the side. Decently optimized PCB weight, it looks like. I remember they had like a dumb battery holder on top that I removed. Oh, that might be good right there. Alright, I think we'll stop there with this one. Is this really flexy? No, it's still pretty rigid. I'll keep it that way. I'll keep it that way. Okay, we were at 19.65 of 19.11. Shaved off half a gram. That was a fast one. Next mouse is a Wise Owl Cloud. This is my second one that I've done. Already destroyed the base on this one. I do love the Wise Owl Cloud shape. Kinda wish there was a slightly smaller version available, but you know. We have the Cloud XS, but where's the Cloud S? That's what I wanna have. The plastic that Wise Owl uses is like really powdery. I don't really know how to describe it, but it feels nice on the sander. It comes off nice and evenly. The Wise Owl Cloud is a Sensei shape. It's not exactly a Sensei, but it's really darn close. I think they did a really good job like styling it too. Like it kind of has a bit of a retro style. I think it's a pretty cool mouse. The side buttons leave a lot to be desired. But the rest of the mouse is pretty solid. Especially since they're on AliExpress all day long for like $42 before coupons. So if you like really coupon like mad, you can get one for under 30. Which is like a really good value. They have a nice coating, they got nice clicks, nice middle mouse and scroll. The weight's not the best, I want to say they're high 50s, but it is a large mouse. A little bit more. Little bit more. Can you guys see all the red powder? All over my hands and stuff? This is why I have to wear the respirator. Every single mouse, I'm putting 1 to 2 grams of plastic into the air in here. I think that ought to do it. Oh wow, look at my... when I brushed my hand on my stomach. Alright, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit for you guys here. Do the old blow off. My center skate ring is still slightly visible. But it's like half visible, so it looks kind of like crap. I'm gonna keep going, actually. Yeah, my chat is not... I don't know if it's not updating or what. I keep going a little bit more. I'm pressing down on the stencil to get that stencil skate hooked a little bit more. The one good thing about the belt sander is I have had no issues with flatness. None. Oh wow, that is thin. Alright. You know, I really don't need to be cleaning these out all that well because I'm going to be sanding them again with higher grit sandpaper. So before we were at 23.5 grams, now we're at 22.3. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty consistently a little over a gram reduction. Next mouse is the Ajaz AJ139. Starting out at Apex, starting out at 24.26. This is another shape that I rather like. I like these kind of aggressive shapes. It's too bad the Apex requires the dock as the dongle as the receiver. It's a nice shape. It's like a mini XM2. I wish it was a bit bigger, but you know, I wish it was just more weight optimized. Had a better PCB design. Didn't have the stupid charging dock. The shell wasn't so thick. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get anything for the 11/11 sale. Like I said, Lamsey has new stuff coming out, no idea when. The Ponage Sim Pro 3, Ultra Custom Sim Pro 3 looks really good. I do believe, didn't Upgrade Lemonade say that there will be another color coming also? I mean, it's an ultra custom mouse, so it's definitely not going to stay black and white only. We're going to have a million style colors for it. But I thought he said there was going to be like a special, did he say purple? Purple edition coming? I don't remember. That's one that I'm keen to try. Interesting that the AJ159 Apex has room for another MCU to be soldered to it. Yeah, there's a lot of variants of this mouse. I'm really sanding this one down a lot. Gotta try to reduce the weight somehow because it's not gonna come out some other ways. Because this thing uses the receiver as the dongle, or the dock as the receiver, I might cut I might cut away the whole dongle door and storage compartment. I might cut that away at some point. Not right now, of course. I'm getting very thin on this. This is great. Plus, I'm gonna end up burning through this one. I've been pretty careful so far, but this mouse I just don't care that much about. The Apex though, they're surprisingly expensive because they have a 3950. Like, I want to say they're like... I want to say they're like $50, $60. Dumb. You can get welcome, or not welcome deals, you can get early bird deals. Sometimes I've seen them as low as like $30 before coupons and cash back. And that's about what it's worth in my opinion. Wow, I nearly have the base flush for a single large skate on the back. I'm gonna keep going. Maybe that's a big mistake. I don't know. It might be. It's hard to tell how thin that is there. Whatever, let's keep going. It's just a nice, aggressive, narrow skate. Low button height, but I wish it had comfort groove. Yeah, it's like a high A tier, low F tier skate for me, but it's just let down by mainly bad equip quality, and then also the weight is not great, but I guess we're improving some of that here. You can reduce like a gram out of the mouse by desoldering the little charging contacts for the dock. But again, this thing, you need to keep the dock. You can't throw the dock out because it is the receiver. You can still charge it with the USB-C port at the front, so you don't need the dock for charging. So I might desolder those at some point. I think I need to be pressing a little bit more in the middle here. Oh, I might have been pressing too much there. Let's cool it off. Gotta do that heat management, you know? As I've been saying. Oh, I almost lost it there, wow. Yeah, I nearly have the back clutch for a single large skate on the back. That's actually really nice if I can achieve that. Yeah, that's the other thing. The stock skates on this one's really, really blow. The 139 that Daz gave me, it's like a baby blue with a white scroll wheel. That one, the stock skates on it aren't bad. They're much thicker white PTFE. But on this Apex that I have from a long time ago, I think this was an Amazon Vine review sample actually. They're just really thin black, and they're like really thin. They really stink. We've been scanning this one for a while, huh guys? I'm down to the sticker. Wow, the like DPI button is like going raw. That's funny. Starting to feel a little thin in a couple places. I probably shouldn't go too much longer on this. Probably risk burning through here pretty soon. This is, I think, the longest and hardest I've been pressing on a mouse out of all these 40 mice that I've done. I'm just checking for any soft spots. They kind of get soft spots when you sand too much. It's so funny, the DPI button is like, it still functions, but you can see like the innards of the DPI button, the top portion has rubbed away. I'm just like gripping onto this battery for my dear life right in the middle. Yeah, I would love to stand over here so that if the mouse flings off, I can kind of catch it. But that's where all the plastics are flying out from, so... Oh, that's a soft spot. I think we gotta stop there, boys. That is such a soft spot. Wow. Alright, let's blow it off and take a look. Gotta get inside to blow it off the USB-C port. Huh. This makes me want to go do this to my other AJ139 that I have, the one I got from Daz. Alright. I have no idea if chat is just not updating or if it's on, it might be on my end. We'll try refreshing here. So before we were at Before we were at 24.26. I wonder if I got 3 grams out of this. Probably not. Close, about 2.5 grams at the most yet. 21.8 now. Pretty good. Alright, next mouse. Tysona Uranus. Starting out at, oh, we gotta flip it over. Starting out at 22.15. It's starting out at 22.15. 11:11 is just another day. Alright, 22.15. Let's see what we can do here. Tysona Uranus, I remember when this came out, people were pretty hyped about it. Borg even gave it a seal of approval because he's always liked this bait. It's a mouse I should probably use more often. It is pretty fun to use different shapes like this. I'm on optical swap mine, so the kicks actually feel quite nice. I did see on Tysona's Twitter, they made a post about attending some like OEM manufacturer trade expo. So yeah, Tysona, I don't know what their actual factory name is, but they are their own OEM. Yeah, we might be able to take a good amount from this out of this piece, out of this base, because it's a pretty big base. They use nice small screws to screw in their PCB, which is something that, like, I forget which brand I was thinking of, but somebody's like super duper lightweight mouse out there uses like really big screws, and it's like, man, you spent like all this time min-maxing every tenth of a gram, and then you go and use big screws. Like, one that kind of surprised me is how Final Mouse uses a larger JSP connector. They don't use the JSP 1.0. Now, maybe they have issues with, like, I do know the bigger batteries, JSP connectors, they require more friction to come apart. So, maybe some companies have had, like, issues in shipping where JSP 1.0s come out of their connector, but I have never experienced that personally. Alright, I was just touching down pretty hard there. Checking for soft spots. No, I think we can keep going. Yeah, there are like ridge lines to the skates, where the skates go, and I find it about the limit is getting those flush. That's about where I like to stop. One tip, if you want to do this yourself, is get an idea in your mind how thin you want to go. Get some indicator, whether it's like a DPI button that you don't want to sand down to, or if you want to just get rid of the skate ridges, or if you really are going for like super duper lightweight and you want to make it like paper thin, maybe even translucent. Get an idea of how deep you want to go before you start. Because it's really just easy to sit here and just keep going until there's nothing left. It also helps guide you as to where you need to put more pressure. Because no matter what, you're going to end up with like a flat mouse if you're using a belt sander like this. It's just that that flat knife might be at an angle, but it'll still be flat, and that's all that really matters. So sensors can read on angles, no problem as far as I know. I don't know, what causes DPI deviation? I thought it was like a sensor lens geometry thing, but maybe it has to do with something with angle too. Like if the sensor doesn't quite fit at the perfect angle in the mouse shell. I really don't know. Okay, I think we're at about the limit here. I've got down as far as I wanted to go. This one we might have taken a good amount of weight out of too. We were at 22.15 before. Yeah, I'm sorry that my hands like block the workpiece that I'm working on, but I kind of have to have two hands on it at all times, otherwise it's going to get flung off. Any soft spots? Not really. I guess I should keep going. Okay. It's a pretty rigid upper shell too, so like if I take some structural integrity out of the lower shell, I'm not so terribly upset. Again, I'm kind of surprised that Boardzy gave HQ level approval. It does have a good coating, and it does have decent build quality. But like, I remember the quick stock were pretty uninspiring. And he's usually like really sensitive to sensor implementations, the firmware solutions, so I'm surprised that Kaisona is good enough for him. Personally, like the whole Chinese sensor thing, I don't really care about, like sensor firmware. I care about wireless interference, because at work I've had issues with Pulsar stuff and with some other stuff. For the longest time, I thought it was the Cordura mouse pad I was using. Because wireless interference can feel kind of weird. But no, it was mainly the Pulsar X2H that I was using at work. The 4K dongle version, I have a Founders X2H Mini, and that one feels fine at work. But the 1K dongle on my X2H Acid Rewind, that one, I get like random stutters and skips and weird behavior. Oh, chat, we might have taken a lot out of this one. I'm excited to test this one. Yeah, we've taken a lot out of this one. I'm still feeling for any soft spots, and I don't feel any. I can tell it's getting sand in some spots, but it's not soft yet. So we'll keep going. I am really liking this mod, though. It is a bit of effort. Like, Dremeling is more technical. This is more brainless. I can just sit here and talk. And go back and forth and back and forth. But a Dremel is definitely, it's easier to sit inside and do that than this. Oh yeah, now we're getting thin. That's good. I think I'm gonna stop there. I'm pretty happy with that. This might have been another big one. Oh yeah. I should be showing you guys these more often, shouldn't I? Now this one, I could tell the back half here was starting to get a little thin. So we're at 22.15 before. Now we are at... Whoa! 19.44! Like 2.7 grams. Wow, that's pretty good. Almost 3 grams out of the Kisona Uranus. Very nice. This is just nuts, dude. The stack of mice here. Isn't that crazy? We only have 3 more? Wow. Wow. Only 3 more. Centauri? Rocket KPA? Or Cone Pro Air, whatever, I don't even know. L7 Ultra. Yeah, the Centauri, I hope I can get it down to a single skate in the back, but I don't know if I'm going to totally toast this dongle door. Alright, let's do the rocket next. I got nothing in chat, 6 watching, so that means, okay, my view count is updating, but the chat, I don't know if it is or isn't. Alright. Back to sanding. Do you guys like that zoomed in view? That's as far zoomed in as it looks right there. I guess I'll stick with that. Okay. This mouse. We're starting out at 17.19 grams. 1719. You also want to be careful when pressing down that you press down evenly so you don't like nick one of the edges. So this is the Turtle Beach rocket. Let's see, Cone Pro is? Cone Pro is? Yeah, I think so. Weird shape. I like this shape more than any of the other cone shapes. I had a Cone Pure Military Edition for a little bit, and I liked that mouse. That was a fun one. I liked the scroll wheel on that was one of the best scroll wheels in existence. I think Rocket Fest Turtle Beach has historically used Alps encoders, which are my favorite, and I don't know why they're not on more mice. I don't know if they have failure rates or something, or they're expensive. I really don't know. But it's Alps. Like Alps made mechanical keyboard switches for a little bit, but a special non-cherry version. There's actually an Alps Electronics near me, and they make, I think, like automotive connectors or some other industrial connectors. Making good progress on this one already. This again feels like a softer plastic. I wonder if it's just a thing with white mice have like a softer plastic or something. I really don't know. I do know that pigments can play a big role. Like my understanding is black pigments are usually charcoal based. Maybe that's why, charcoal is not very dense, it's pretty lightweight. Maybe that's why black mice are heavier, lighter than white. I don't know. I would like to learn more about injection molding. I think it's a pretty cool manufacturing technique. Everything in our life is plastic these days. Everything's injection molded. Wow, that's really thin. Okay, I think we have to be done there. Using a Pixart 2862 MCU. The PCB has this long, happy trail for the LED at the back. I think I debated cutting that off. It would save half a gram, but gotta clean out that sensor lens real good. Alright. So we started... Oh, I should show you guys. Yeah. So we started at 1719 grams. Now we are at 1622. Almost a gram out of that. Not bad. For something that was already so thin. Alright, up next, the L7 Ultra. L7 Ultra M-Shows. What a good little mouse. If it just had some side tapering, this would be like one of my favorite mice ever. 16.09 is what we're starting at. Yeah, this is still pretty grippy, pretty gritty. I don't think I would have to compare it to like another 80 grit. Do I have another 80 grit sitting around here? 180, 40, 60. This is a P80. Oh yeah, it is more worn down than the original, but still not bad. Alright, let's get started. There's at 16 grams before. Let's see how far we can go. Oh yeah. Big ol' flat base. Do any of you guys have significant others? What do they think of your mouse obsession? Do they think it's ridiculous? My wife doesn't hate mine. I guess she just sees it as any other hobby that I might have that she doesn't fully understand, but, you know, it's supportive of, you know, I have this podcast and things, and I like live streaming. Mainly, when I'm live streaming, she just doesn't like being on camera, so... Oh, yeah. It's funny, Lauren actually has been... She's in one of my YouTube videos. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? I don't think so. Could you hear me talking about you? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I'll be at a good stopping point here soon. Why? Okay. I said I wouldn't spend all day in the office. I want to eat lunch. I'm going to be at a good stopping point in a little bit. You want to have lunch? Okay. Maybe like 15 minutes? 10, 15 minutes? Okay. I probably should have muted myself for that conversation. That wasn't all that interesting, but oh well. I'm sorry that I keep walking in front of the camera. It's easier to walk back and forth than it is to try to rotate it with my fingers here. Not like you guys can see much anyway, because the shadows are so bad. Looking good, nice smooth base. It's definitely smooth, I'm just going for weight savings at this point. I hope I'm making Swamper so proud. Any soft spots? Nope, we can keep going. A little bit of a soft dirt spot towards the back there, so I gotta maybe lighten up on the front press, on the back presser. Okay, I'm just feeling some soft spots again. Yeah, a little bit of a soft spot towards the back here. It's not like soft, but it is, I can tell it's thinner than the others. Nothing by the sensor, nothing up at the front. So yeah, I need to put more pressure up there. This is the L7 Ultra with the 3950. I really don't have that many 3950 mice because I never buy the 3950 variant. The weight difference that I usually notice is you're gonna kind of hit maybe like 3 grams starts becoming a little bit noticeable. If you like have 2 copies and you can A/B test 3 grams, maybe 2-3 grams is about the noticeable point. By noticeable, I mean like I'll say detectable. Yeah, I'll say detectable. That's like if you have 2 versions that you can A/B test for weight. But otherwise, weight mods, I would say if you're like thinking about it, but you don't want to totally wreck your mouth, just do a battery swap. And if it's a 300 milliamp hour battery, I would leave it. 300 milliamp hours is like 6.5 grams. So if you swap in a 150, you're only going to save about 3 grams. And you only have half the battery life. So like, yeah, I don't think, again, it's detectable, it's not that noticeable. What I will say is noticeable is if you swap a 500 milliamp hour. When you're in that like 6-7 gram weight reduction space, that's nice. That's nice. Pretty easy recommendation from me there. Again, feeling some soft spots. That back part still is, oh yeah, that's kind of soft. Maybe I need to stop here. Not anything in the middle. Oh yeah, that's even a little soft in the middle there too. Cool. Okay. I think we will stop there then. Cool. Let's blow this up. Yeah, MCHOs, they use Realtek for the MCUs. Does MCHOs have any Nordic 54 series stuff? I don't think so. Is the A7V2 Plus? Are they still doing Realtek? What a nicely optimized little PCB though, the L7. Very nice. We were at like 16.06 before on this. And now, I don't know if this is coming through. Now, we are at, wow, 13.6. Wow. That's awesome. So we got like 2.5 grams out of this, guys. Like 2.5 even. That's really nice on such a small mouse. What a recommendation I can give then. So you do a battery swap plus this. I wonder how light the mouse is going to be. Right? Because I just have top shell and battery to add to this and scroll wheel. Yeah, this might be like a really lightweight mouse now. Like, maybe like a 36 grams or something? I don't know. Alright, the last one, chat, I'm going to do for now is the Centauri. We are starting out at Oh yeah, I did not hold that up to camera. Oh, rip. We're starting at 18.79 is what we're starting at. Alright, let's see what we can get. That dongle door is going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't want it to be so thin where it just flies off. I would ideally like it to get thin enough where I can just do a skate across the bottom. That would be ideal. Alright. Let's go for it. Like if I just leave it vertically like this, I'll show you guys what it does. Can you guys see that, all this streak? Yeah, I don't like that. Because my higher sandpaper isn't going to get rid of any of that. Oh, we got a chat message! The whole new level of enthusiasts that didn't know about Sir Ignacio. Ignacio? Yeah, no kidding. Well, thank you for saying that so kindly. You can call me a degenerate, that's fine. Oh no, this is just kind of fun, you know. Probably not necessary, but I get to use bigger skates and a slight weight reduction. And a lot of my mice are already modded so heavily, it's like I'm not really devaluing them any more than they already were devalued. Looking good so far, we've got to keep going. This entirely remains one of my favorite shakes of all time. Kind of like a thinner Wise Hollow Cloud. I really need to use this mouse more. Oh man. I remember on one mouse test, I did a poll on have you ever modded a mouse? And I did like different levels where like level 0 is like no mods at all. Level 1 is like grip tape or skate. Level 2 is like, what was level 2? Something maybe opening it up but without soldering, so maybe like a battery swap. Level 3 I would say is something with soldering like switches. Level 4 I think would be something pretty intensive like level 4 I don't know, might be like I don't know, maybe like a sensor swap, like swapping a PCB. And then level 5 I did is like making your own, like 3D printing or something. I technically have done level 5, it's not very, I've only done it like a couple times. And you end up never liking it because the 3D printed stuff just doesn't feel good. I'm pretty sure this entirely comes out of the ATK factory because, oh yeah, we're getting some transparency. Because the like screws look like ATK screws. What a level of like neurodivergence. Oh yeah, those are HTK screws in that mouse. That must come out of the HTK factory. How's the dongle door looking? Oh, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. Good. We're gonna get a single bottom scoop from this. Nice. I just gotta not mess it up. I should probably check for soft spots here pretty soon. Nothing too bad. I mean, getting a little bit soft. Kind of here, right here in the middle, below the sensor. Sensor ring is still visible. I usually like getting rid of that, though not totally necessary, I guess. The powder from the Centauri is more of like a yellow than it is an orange. I don't know, what level of mouse modder are you guys? I would say level 0 is no mods at all, and you think I'm crazy right now. Level 1 is you've done something external, like grip tape or skate. Level 3 is you've done something internal that doesn't require soldering, like a battery swap, or maybe like removing something that was rattling around or something, I don't know. That's level 2. Level 3 is soldering, so that could be encoder, that could be micro switches, that could be something soldering related. Level 4 is you do something like pretty extreme, like you're swapping PCBs, like not just a drop in PCB, but like truly like a PCB that does not belong in a mouse. I think I gotta go a little bit more. And then level 5 is, so like level 4 will be like, I have a video on my channel where I swapped a Zalman GM600R into a Logitech MDES BJ58 style. You have to do a lot of cutting, you have to do some hot gluing, you have to do some soldering. That'd be level 4, and then level 5, I would say it's like making your own mouse, like a 3D printed one. And I'm not just saying, I don't know, maybe, no, I won't be a gatekeeper. I was going to say, like, printing one from Thingiverse doesn't count. You have to model it yourself. But I think that's a bit extreme. I would just say printing one yourself. And, like, putting a PCB in and using that and the clicks and everything. That'd be level 5. Gauge battery switches, so I'm level 3. Yep. Yep. Nice to see you still here, Marvin. Alright, I should probably check thickness on the Centauri now. If I mess up this mouse, I'd be pretty sad. Oh, she's thin, that's great. Oh, I love it, she is thin. I can twist it a little bit. The dongle door is still there though. The dongle door is still there. Excellent. Alright. Alright, chat. Can you guys see how translucent that is? Oh, hi, doggy. Oh. Okay. We're gonna get dog cam. Alright, dog cam. That's okay, she'll figure it out. You got a peanut butter licky mat. Hey, doggy. What a cute dog. Oh no. Alright, well. Okay, you guys want to see the mouse. I forget. I want to see my dog, but you guys want to see the mice. Alright. Where are you pushing it to, girl? Hey. Yeah, let me move that for you. You are a stream prop, remember that, Nova. Just don't... Oh no, you're gonna go under the car, aren't you? Probably. Probably gonna go under the car. Let's kick it this way, honey. There we go. Silly girl. Alright, back to the Centauri. I forget what weight this was at before. I did not quite get the sensor skate ring down, but that's okay because it is... Yeah, this is pretty transparent. Look at that, huh? I mean, this is already like a carbon, polycarb shell. Yeah, that's something, huh? Oh, you guys can't even see it, sorry. There we go. Yeah. Translucence achieved. I mean, I think it already was before, but whatever. So what were we at before? We're at 16.6 right now. If I hit 2 grams, I'm going to be very happy. 18.8! Sweet! We've gone down like 2.1, 2.2 grams. Excellent! That is awesome. An even lighter Centauri for phalanges. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, I think for me it is time to break for lunch. I told my wife that I would have lunch with her. So that is what we're going to do.
That's just disgusting. Should I show you guys that? The amount of moisture inside of the mask. Oh my gosh, that's unreal. Like, I can actually pour out moisture. Is that sweat or saliva? Alright, well, we're gonna let that air out. And I think we're gonna be done for now. So I do have more sanding belts coming in, but I don't know if I'm gonna live stream it because I don't know. Let me know in chat. Do you guys want to see more live streams of this? I might just do this on my own time. Setting up the live stream is not a ton of work, but I don't really think this is the best viewership. It's not really the best viewing experience. It's just kind of a lot of repetition. And then when I do talk, it's tough to hear. So if I were to do this again, I got the new belts coming today. So I'd be going down in grit. We got through, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 mice here. And I would need to do about 44 mice, and I would need to do 2 more passes. I'm guessing I need to do a couple finer grits. So I don't really think that's all that interesting for you guys to watch. So I don't think I'm going to live stream it, but say otherwise in chat. Otherwise, I'm not going to live stream it. I could use the orbital sander right now, but I think it's time to go inside and have some lunch. So I think to sum up some of the highlights, the Centauri I'm really happy with. We got a nice translucence with it, and we went down 2.2 grams. This was one that I wanted to have a bottom skate on it, and that was achieved. So I'm happy with that. Now the bottom dongle door is no longer utterly useless. Next one. How's my battery on my phone? Doesn't tell me. Oh wow, I'm at 26% battery on my phone. Yeah, this is gonna die soon anyway. Some other highlights. The attack shark, I did not go very aggressive at all. You can see there's still lines where the skates are. Usually I try to shave those down, but I wanted to keep that. And then I don't think anything from yesterday was particularly revolutionary. My deluxe M800 is warped. I think that's the only one that's warped. And the L7 was also a nice little gem. What did we go? We went down like 2.5 grams or 2.8 grams, something like that on this one. So I'm excited to see just how lightweight this one feels. As goes the the Kaisona and the AJ139. The Kaisona Uranus and the AJ139. I think we all got pretty good low weights on those. Yeah, I think so far this was a success. If I had to stop here, can you still put a skate on this? Absolutely. Yeah, like it looks rougher than it feels. So I think putting a skate on this would be no problem. But it's still just not very pretty. So in a perfect world, I would do like a really, really high grit sandpaper like Schwamper does. But I don't think I'm going to have the time for that. The highest grit I have coming in is 400. So I might even just jump straight to that. We're going to see. I will post pics to the Discord. Feel free to join the Discord if you want to see more pictures. You could handle it better. Let's see. Since you left the PCB inside, why did you take the top of the mouse off? Well, let's see. Wait, why did I take the top of the mouse off? Well, there still is disassembly that I have to do, like to get all the dust and everything out, because there's a lot of particulate that's gonna get inside the mouse, and maybe I should have just done it with... Wait, no, there was a reason I disassembled though. I know some of the mice I want to do some mods to. Like, some of the mice I want to do switch swaps to. Skates. I guess I could have left some of them on. The disassembly really wasn't a problem, though. You know, what I started out doing was the very first ones that I sanded on a previous live stream. Those I washed them. So I needed to fully disassemble to be able to wash. My blow-off nozzle is working really nicely, though. So I don't think I need to wash them. I could experiment with doing one with the shell still on. Oh well, I've done 40 this way. Whatever. Learn from my mistakes then. Hi bro, says me Sweex. Hey, good to see ya. And I think that's going to be it for the stream, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I got to go upstairs and turn this off now. How's my tablet doing on battery? 69%. Nice. But my phone that I'm holding is my camera. This is the one that I'm only doing like... I'm only at like 20-some% right now. It was full. Just got to blow myself off. I don't even have to like pull off my hair and my clothes. Oh yeah, I remember getting the belt sander working. I'm so dumb. It was just like an easy adjustment knob thing. Yeah, there's probably better ways to do this than what I'm doing. But hey, at least I'm doing something. I think something that nobody else will probably attempt on YouTube is just the quantity that I'm doing. So you would think that I would have optimized it a little bit better, but that's okay. And yeah, okay, I don't want to blow off too much in here because the dog is right here. Keep the air around her clean. Okay. Alright. Time to walk upstairs and shut down the stream. Go have some lunch. She's having a little snack. She's having a peanut butter pad. Yeah, you don't have to panic. It's okay, honey. Sometimes she gets all panicky and it's like, I have to hurry. Hi, yeah, I love you, baby. You can take your time. You're so cute. See, no shot collar. Only peanut butter. And, oh no, the microplastics. Oh. Okay, maybe we need to wash this one off, honey. Alright. Let's go inside Nogurt. And you know what? I actually might need to blow you off too. Oh, you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this one bit, dog. I'm so sorry. But you were laying down, so I should probably blow you off too. Oh, okay, you're okay with that. There we go. Good job. Girl. Yeah, that licky mat has plastics in it. I don't know. Probably not worth her ingesting all that. Alright, let's go inside Nogurt. Oh, and I need to grab that tablet. Hey, Lauren? There's a lot of plastic on her licky mat, and this poor girl wants it back, though. Okay. I'll give that back to you in a moment, Nova, but we're gonna have to re-peanut butter that. The poor girl was like, I wasn't done! I wasn't done! Was the car that dusty in the beginning? A little bit, yeah. It's a black cars show a lot of dust, but it definitely is mostly from me just now. Yeah, my little convertible. I think the dog's following me because she wants her licky mat back. Yeah. What a silly girl. Let's put that charger back in. So... Alright, thank you guys for watching. It's a Mazda Miata 2002 5-speed. Alright, taking down the stream. See you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out Marvin, Mr. LKL, all the original guys, OGs. Have a